adjusted power cords,
Got it.
and the green light back here came on with both cords.
Right.
So I don't know what.
Well, let's see if it actually does turn on. I have to actually see, because that word turning on doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily literally mean turn on. So let's find out how it's behaving. So,
Yeah, I was wondering if it's like the switch or something.
well,
I don't know.
when I turn it on, usually I can
Switch
figure that
itself.
out in a minute or two. So let's fire this up, see what we got. Let's see about which one. Oh, it's already right here. Power goes up here. And 2 HDMIs, all right. Let's plug this keyboard in.
With my luck, it wouldn't even do anything. It wouldn't turn on at all.
Okay, you got two possible situations here. It could be the power supply,
That's what I was thinking.
or it could be your motherboard.
Okay.
Now, this machine's several years old.
Oh, okay.
One of my recommendations after about 5 or 6 years is just to move on, even if it's a relatively affordable repair. Because
Yeah.
one of the big issues is that you currently have Windows 10 on here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's only going to be valid for another year or two before you can no longer update it.
Oh, really?
What I tend to do is tell people that once you can no longer upgrade to the latest OS, which right now is 11, this hardware won't take that.
Oh.
And now, while for the next year or two you're fine, I'd probably recommend, rather than throwing a bunch of money into this thing, not that it's terribly
Yeah.
expensive, but
Might
if I
as
charge
well
you
just
$100
get something
labor,
else.
plus if it is the motherboard, that's a part I'm not going to even be able to find.
Oh.
I certainly don't want to deal with used parts.
Yeah.
Best case scenario is probably the power supply. So what I could do is open this up, plug in a power supply of my own, see if that gets it up and running, and then maybe
Oh,
if you're
okay.
willing to spend $100 plus
Okay.
the power supply,
Yeah.
that would be the only repair I might consider worthy.
Okay.
Otherwise, take your $600 and put it towards a new machine.
Right. How much are like the power supplies?
$60 for the part,
60?
70, yeah.
Okay.
So I can beat it.
160 bucks maybe.
Yeah,
So,
plus my labor, so yeah.
okay. Well, you
Um,
want to try to hit that
Yeah,
on button
yeah,
and
it's
see
not-
if it does anything?
I just plugged it in, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I can still, at this point, open it up and see if it wants to give us any gold with the power supply.
Now, I'm just wondering if I just get a new computer,
Right.
all the stuff that's on that.
I can
I
potentially,
guess, yeah.
assuming your hard drive isn't a problem, yes, I can get your data back.
Oh, okay.
And what I'd recommend is spend $50 on a 1 terabyte hard drive. We'll grab the data off of here and put it on that. Or if you want to bring me a healthy computer, I can just dump your stuff onto that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
So yeah, like if
Yeah.
you bought a new computer and brought me that too, I could just grab the data and put it straight onto the replacement computer.
That makes sense.
Either way, you have a couple options.
So-
Just don't trip. I left my vacuum cleaner.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
no.
If you step backwards,
Thanks.
you're gonna
Yeah,
fall on your head.
yeah. So a new, like say if I want to get another HP similar.
I would say spend $600. That's going to get even an entry level user a good, nice amount of hardware. You can spend as little as $300 on a desktop, or even less. But there's certain performance specs that I wouldn't recommend
Oh.
finding. You're not going to have that much storage. It's going to be a lot less memory than you need. It's just not going to be enough horsepower than what I would recommend. I mean,
Yeah.
if you need a car, you don't go buy a golf cart.
Right.
That's basically, without getting technical,
I like
that's
that.
the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
So-
So if I go ahead and I get the new computer,
Right.
at least 1 terabyte,
Yes.
and then you can take the data and put
Yes,
it on.
assuming this.
Okay.
I mean, because
How-
most computers don't have more than one problem at a time. If this thing doesn't turn on your hard drive, it's probably okay. Although if it had a power problem, it could have zapped everything.
Oh.
So that's my only theory.
Okay.
Potentially the hard drive is bad, but I doubt it since it just doesn't turn on. Usually, if the power supply fails, it's sort of a sacrificial thing where it takes the load and protects the rest of the
Everything
machine
else.
from failing.
Okay.
But also, if the motherboard failed because of a similar issue,
Yeah.
then potentially other parts are problematic.
Okay.
So it's a relatively straightforward thing. And while you're here, I can still plug it in. I have a power
Okay.
supply to test it, and we
Oh,
can
okay.
go that route
Yeah. Thank you.
just to confirm. Yeah, sorry, I've only been here a month. I'm still moving stuff around.
Oh, okay.
All right, so power supply. Unplug the unplug the original power supply. And I have a test bench power supply I'm going to use. Let's see here. Hold up. Oh. Hi, this is Chris.
I'm sorry, sir. This is Ralph again. Raphael from Papia Business again.
Yes.
I made a mistake. Can the appointment be at 11:30?
Yeah, tomorrow I am. California time. You guys made that mistake a couple times.
Okay.
Got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Alright, so power supply. What did I just do with the one I was using yesterday? Meeny, meeny, oh, right here, because I was using it yesterday. I usually put it back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this is the part that could potentially be the failure.
Yeah.
It's also my personal test bench power supply. So we're gonna know real quick if this thing fires up. Okay, this doesn't have a CPU pin because it's a more entry-level setup. All right. Okay, that's plugged in now. Okay, so, well, it did something. Ooh, it doesn't want to stay on.
Started.
Yeah, I tried to start. So, again, that's not. Here, it's probably your motherboard.
Oh, great.
We got different results. Let me try one more thing. Sometimes. Nope. Yeah, so your motherboard is probably the problem.
Okay.
In which case, this is an older machine, so even if it was a cost-effective repair, finding a part for this HP is, because it's an OEM motherboard, like it's a specialized motherboard for this exact
Specific.
configuration,
Okay.
versus where if you built your own computer,
Yeah.
it's kind of a generic part. Like, I don't know if you're a car guy, but a kit motor versus a Ford motor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't put a kit thing. You don't put a kit motor in this stock car.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I don't know if that's the best analogy, but basically,
Oh, that's good.
for me to find another HP motherboard that fits this exact computer
Right.
is going to be
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. So turn that on. Make sure. Didn't even do that. It didn't even. Well, actually, I probably did. I wasn't looking at the fans. The fans spin up for about half a second.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
technically, this power supply is probably not your problem. The fact that these fans
Motherboard.
spin up for about a minute, about a second, tell me your motherboard has other issues. I just sort of eliminated your RAM as a potential problem. Also, the other failure could be your CPU, but that's a very rare failure. So,
Okay.
your motherboard,
Right.
which is essentially the plumbing for the whole machine, is the part that's failed.
Time to get a new computer.
I would recommend spending $600 or $700 on a replacement. That's going to get you a desktop that'll do just about anything that a non-graphics professional is going to care about.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, if you're
And-
not a performance user, $600 or
No.
$700 is going to get you what you need.
Okay.
And then this is where your stuff is stored.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. If
Right.
That's still possible
Yeah.
to.
So I'll pull this out, plug it into a healthy machine, and go from
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So there we are.
So,
We can go on Amazon and do some window shopping if you want, or if you know you want to go to Costco or Best Buy. There aren't a whole lot of options these days locally.
yeah.
Online is pretty much where it all is.
Okay.
I mean, Fry's Electronics is no more.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, we just don't have that many options locally anymore.
Yeah. I was thinking of going to like Best Buy, but
Yeah, they might have a few.
But Costco might be. They have really well.
Best Buy, I think, has a few more options.
More, yeah.
In fact, their buyers have been a little smarter lately because you can actually almost build yourself a full computer there, which says a lot to me because their buyer is now a little more smart about what they ought to have on stock locally versus what they used to have. Because in the old days, it used to be Fry's Electronics was pretty much the only place
Right.
you'd go if you wanted to build a computer.
Yeah.
Now Best Buy is realizing, oh well, maybe we could take some of those parts and people can actually build a computer. There's some
okay.
parts you can't buy locally still because their buyers aren't going that direction or getting into it more.
Yeah.
But right now, if you really wanted to be an enthusiast and build yourself a gaming rig, you can either
Still-
pay a firm to build you one and pass that out to you as a retail package.
Yeah.
Or if you want to build a computer, you're gonna have to piece it out to yourself from other vendors online.
Mm-hmm.
There are, you go to Best Buy, you can't buy a CPU basically,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
is the brain.
Mhm.
So there we are.
Well, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go right now.
Yeah,
And just go get one
sure,
at Best Buy,
sure.
and I'll be back.
That's fine. Do you want to leave this here because we know
Sure.
we're gonna move data by?
Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Cool. So I have a flat rate of $150. That sets up the new computer and includes getting data off of here.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. You take credit card?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome.
Just call. You're gonna head back within the next couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm gonna take lunch at a normal hour, and I don't think I have any house calls scheduled.
Okay. What time do you normally go to lunch?
What time is it?
It's 11:30 right now.
Yeah, maybe in a half hour. Noon. That's why I try to stick with
okay.
that schedule to make sure everyone knows. Okay, normal people go to lunch at noon.
I think I should be able to get over there and back. It's not.
Yeah, all right. I'll be
it's
here.
Not that far.
Cool. No big deal.
Is there a closer one? There's
Best
one.
Buy, the one on Torrance and Hawthorne is it.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I mean PCH and Hawthorne Boulevard.
PCH.
Yeah, I said that wrong.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
My name is Marcus.
I'm
by the way.
Chris.
Chris.
And that's
Nice to meet
Tater
you.
Tot.
Tater Tot. Awesome.
Sweet. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right. A day in the life of an IT guy. My camera's a little high. Anyway, I might be live later. See ya.